Hey, what is up, everybody? Stevie Breach is here with a video, and in this video, it is a Waffle House Shooters update. It has been a long time. We really haven't seen anything from these guys or heard anything from them in a while, and it seems that the Wrestling Observer is reporting that TNA officials have asked Jeff Hardy to submit himself to some sort of rehab. I think this is a wonderful idea. Not only is Jeff Hardy fully covered from the wellness policy that he was under in WWE, where all past, present, and future WWE wrestlers and signed, people that signed under a contract can submit themselves to rehab to basically get fixed up and put back on the right way in the world. It's just it'd be great for the public image of Jeff Hardy, not only TNA. Basically, when I look at TNA, when I look at Jeff Hardy, even when I look at Sting on Impact, the only thing that I can remember, and I'm sure other fans are like this, is the 90-second debacle of a main event at Victory Road. I mean, basically that was an okay pay-per-view heading into that just. You throw a 90-second pay-per-view main event out there, people are going to remember it, especially when it looks as bad as it did. Basically, with Eric Bischoff calling the spots in the ring on what people are, just telling Sting to roll him up, and then basically Hardy trying to fight out of it and just can't get out. But you know, basically, we haven't seen much from Jeff since they sent him home. I mean, he was the champion. He was on a hot streak in TNA where he was the man, and then he dropped the title to Anderson basically because they knew he had to go to a court case. He went to this court case. They got continuance put on it, so that means he got pushed back for more. They brought him back in and they used him, and then the court case came back up again. So they're like, you know what? We can't keep doing this because we don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow, and it's hard to plan around this. So it's easier us just to book the show and where we're going in our company if you're just not around. So I mean, if your company has no faith to send you home, the best thing you can do is get yourself in the best shape. Not only body wise, but get yourself head wise and everything like that. Get everything all cleaned out of you. Make sure that you're not going to get on the bad streaks that have taken you off the path of your career, because TNA might be the only shot you got right now. Because I mean, you come with a lot of baggage, and your brother Matt Hardy comes with just as much baggage as it is. I mean, Matt Hardy is a guy that can't even show up to work on time, so he's basically sitting on the sideline of TNA right now as well. They said you can't disrespect us by not trying to show up on time, so just go home, and we'll call you when we need you again. You're gonna have to go to court someday and get this all figured out. If you go to the rehab and you get yourself all worked out, you can at least tell your judge that you've been checked out. These guys say you're good. You're not going to go on these bad paths anymore. More than likely, when you go to court, though, this county that is taking care of your case is just blown this so far big time. I mean, if this is me or you or the guy down the street living in a trailer who's got his place full of drugs, this would have been locked out, and I'm sure this guy would have already been serving his time that he deserves to. I mean, you can't have stuff like this going on in the world. But since you are a wrestler, since you are a celebrity in this world, this is a case that's got blown up to the point where it's on TMZ, and people that aren't even in the wrestling world sort of care about this case. So the people that are against you, and your defending lawyers are pushing this case so big that if it's gone on this long, that it's been blown, and he's probably just going to get off without a slap on the wrist. But I mean, if you go in and you tell a judge basically that you fixed yourself, and and that you didn't go to rehab, that you got in the right state of mind and you're okay now, why isn't the other lawyers going to pop in the tape of you shocking your brother with a taser and then shocking his girlfriend? That's not going to look well. It's not really helping your case. But Jeff Hardy, I'm not the biggest fan of you, but I'm a good, big fan of wrestling, and anything that hurts wrestling, just brings us down and makes us looks worse. So why don't you just get yourself cleaned up, get back in the world, and just start wrestling. I mean, that's really what it's all about. And I mean, we're going into Destination X, which is a great pay-per-view that they're building around these high flying guys like yourself, and you're not even being used on the card because you basically got sent home. I'm not sure who your dream opponent would be, but I'm sure this pay-per-view is already great. It'd be better if you were on there, and you're not. So that sucks. I mean, you're a big part of TNA's growth. And their growth was around the X Division. X Division is when you came into TNA. I mean, you were a part of that. You left. You went back to WWE when you got your sights set on that they weren't in the right place. That company wasn't growing where you thought it was going to grow, and you weren't the one guy that was to help them put them over the hump. But you were, a big part. I mean, you were one of the first big guys that they brought in that really got over, that people noticed and said, hey, you know, Jeff Hardy's wrestling for TNA. You know, too bad we got to look for it on Fox Sports or something like that, and it's never on when it's supposed to be on, but we could find it. So Jeff Hardy, I hope you submit yourself into this rehab and you get fixed up, and we can go back into wrestling and we can move on from Victory Road and just get rolling the world. So Jeff Hardy, hats off to you. Hope you get straight.